You guys want to keep going so you get the rebuys in case you lose. Maybe you even get a second rebuy if you lose twice.
So you got 5 in there, right?
No, it's
Am I in YouTube right now? No, let's not do that. Let's do it this way. Oh, they're playing again. Are we actually streaming? Damn it. Okay. Is my mic live right now on the stream?
Should be.
The stream is up? Okay. All right. Well, I did not start transcribing yet, so we're trying to get there. Yeah, I didn't know they had started. I'll get there, though. Hey, everybody. Phil was sharing that there is a rebuy period in this, so players definitely want to get playing again. That makes sense to me. I'm going to see if I can get caught up on transcription here, but we have David Wells, one of the best out there, playing against Herman Ozerman, playing the brown checkers on top. And I've heard he's, I think, I forget where Philly said he was from. Phil will fill us in on that. New Jersey. That was where. That was where. Something like this. Okay, we're here and here. And then he's going to have a 6-5 to play, which is going to go to here. Gosh, they're playing fast. And 6-6 fans and white on roll. So let's double action. Transcribe from position. Oh. And Ozerman. Okay, I might be ready here. Except the other players on roll. Shoot. No. Place. Close. Ah! I'm trying to catch up, but it looks like a tricky decision. I can't tell who's ahead in the race. Probably David. Not that strong of a board. Threatening to hit another checker. Threatening to point on head. I see a lot of threats, but it feels early enough in the game to play probably, but maybe there's a lot of gammons when it works. I guess it is 12 in the zone. So, I don't know. I guess it could be a pass. I guess I'm leaning towards pass now. Quick analysis, but it feels like a very strange position. I think that's why David's going to be taking some time to evaluate it. I guess often he's going to have 3 blots back, but often he should come up with an anchor. The blitz value does seem very potent here. So we're going to have a double action here, and I can run this real quick and probably play from this position. Yeah, sizable pass. Okay, we'll see if David can find that. Transcribe from position. We're going to go like that. We're going to go... Yeah, we can see 35% gammons is a lot for a position to hold and still have a take, you know? Okay. I think I've got this right, so he doubles. And we have a pass. And we're going to go on to 8 away, 8 away. Okay. I'm with it. I'm ready for transcribe action, and I'm going to be on top of it because they're going fast. 6-1 for David. And 2-3 is going to want to against this, but I think the minor split is preferred here. Yeah. Little subtlety of opening strategy. 6-4 is going to hit in the outfield. Just your opponent has an extra checker in the zone, so it's attacking a little bit better. So you want to play a little bit safer and less provocatively, and you still see the light from there. 4-1 is going to safety up somehow. Okay, he's just going to clean up the blot and step up. I like it. I love this speed gammon. David is really worried about getting the rebuy in should he lose this match. I can tell it. David Wells, strong player too, plays great speed gammon. I still will never forget. I forget what channel you can find it on online. But his speed, like money game challenge with Kazuki that they played online on Grid Gammon during the pandemic, their speed of play for like a very sizable stake was unbelievable. Like I remember getting to do some commentary with Sebastian Wilkinson. We just could not keep up with it. Doing our best to. There was no way I could have transcribed that or anything either. So that was a lot of fun. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any cube to think about, but small advantage here. Okay. Yeah, and with the lead in the race, I don't think the position is going to hold 3 checkers back in the 21 points. I think it makes sense to come out here. I just don't know where the last one is. Yeah, maybe coming around and making structure. I like that. Seems like a good... I like the order that he found that in as well. 3-5. David's going to choose to not provoke and enter deep. I would have thought maybe we needed to see the light, but that's just a little too busy here with so many checkers in the zone. Okay. 5-3 gets to make the 5 prime and the 5 point. Seems like a very strong lead for David now. 6-2 is going to play safe. Yeah, okay. And he's supposed to be passing here, but we're going to miss a cube, cruise by that. And I wonder how... Okay, not a big pass either. So it could have been like... in the 2 good range or something like this, I was thinking, but I guess not here. Yeah, okay. Good checker play there. 5-1 really wants to step up. Is that going to be the best thing we can do? He's going to hit instead. Try to keep the cube off that way, and it's going to work. Okay. And 3-6 can just pop out. Play for the simple game. And the threat of freedom is just enough to lose your market by a long shot. So I think that's why he's supposed to send. He's probably too good now. Yeah, very close, but not quite, actually. He should still claim it. 5s is going to turn into a blitz and leave him too good, I'm pretty sure. But okay, looking like... Oh, now he wants to double. Okay, so we're finding, like, probably a misunderstanding of the cube in this situation. Missing some cubes later, and once he got where playing for the gammon is worth too much, he claims it. So we'll see. I'm not sure... if I can think of any way for David to really adjust to that and take advantage of it, but it's something he's being given and probably aware of for sure. 5-2 is going to split. 4-3, I think, wants to hit loose here, and it should play down with it, but splitting close candidate. Okay, that's fine. 6-3 gets to hit, and probably just continue out. Try to play a simple racing game now with a small match lead. 4-6, the 4 is in, and the 6, I think, is going to come out to a double shot in the outfield somehow. Our opponent doesn't have a good 5, so maybe I'd rather come out to the 15, keep the blots linked up, all these kinds of things. Oh, but look at this. Just slotting the bar point is fine too. Okay, common idea. I like the play that he came up with though. 6s is going to hit and make the bar point, and what else? Maybe step out to the bar and try to escape. I wonder if Phil's getting ready to play here. Phil is supposed to do commentary with me. For like a match anyway. Alright, 3-5 is going to enter deep and pop out. Oh, okay, he can hit. Yeah, okay. I was wondering why he didn't make the anchor, and then I saw this other play. 5-6. Yeah, is there any other 6 other than popping out? Probably not. I like that play with a big racing lead. If he can get missed, there's a huge gain. 3-1 could make the 5-point and anchor. It could hit in 2 places. Lots of options here. Probably hitting the further back one and threatening the other checker as well makes the most sense to me. Yeah. 4-6. I think this is just going to keep trying to find freedom. Keep coming out to those double shots with the racing lead. There's Phil. Am I too late? Are you going to play now?
Yeah, I got a match with John.
Okay, okay. Good luck to you. Hit and clean up was the choice. Very close, but 2 down, a little bit stronger. Just bring material into the zone. Okay, okay. 4 is in. We can point on the 3 if we want. Yeah, why not buy some time and come around the bend? I like that. Oh, it's better to keep the points and make a new point, though. Okay. Interesting that attacking doesn't have any value. I would have thought that the tempo is really worth something here. Herman playing the checkers pretty well, though, I think, in general here. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of missed cubes, but definitely knows his way around the backgammon board. And 6-6. I guess he doesn't want to, like, provoke contact somehow. Okay, but he can cover. He can come around and hit. Yeah, okay, that's going to be all of it. And 5-2. What can this do? This can enter high and trot up a ton in the race, though, as well. It just seems too stiff to go for the tempo as well. I guess we have a better board. There is an argument for this. Why do we want to let him make the points so easily? Oh, 6-4 is a little bit better, and we can keep the builder back on the 11. Okay. I wouldn't have spotted that. That's interesting how big of a difference that is, too. But I suppose, why not unstack that way? I forget to think about unstacking 6-4 a lot, because usually we just don't like to place the checkers deeper. But there are situations where it's good. 4-6 is good. I guess we can hit and make the anchor and figure out the rest. It is always tempting to try to find some play that's going to make the 5, but we don't have enough without leaving a bunch of direct shots. So, yeah, I think this is going to be the best we can do. Continues on to the deuce. Okay, that's a close option. That should be fine. And what does David find here? 2-6 can hit, and the 6 can clean up the blot and just try to play a simple game here, try to come home. David playing so fast here. 5-4. We could stack up on the 20 if the race was closer, but the contact must be better this way. Yeah, I like this decision to come out to the outfield and provoke, given how far down we are in the race. The extra checkers back. We need the mobility, all these things. 6-3 can pop out to the outfield. I think with the racing lead, just simple plays like that are the best we can do. And what is this? 4 what? 4 something. Must not be 4-1. 3-4. Yeah, nothing that hits. I like that decision to just come around. There's nothing we can really do to provoke more. Might as well not give our opponent tempo or let him hit on a point that he wants to make anything like this. A board point or something like this. Or do we slot the best point in the 4? Maybe slotting the 4 forces our opponent to reduce some contact when they hit us. So I think I do like that a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. It is nice to have a board point, though, so I think it makes sense to look at making the deuce. It's just not actually putting that much pressure on the checker back on the ace yet. So I think we have something a little bit stronger in just slotting the 4. Also, I mean, getting the checker all the way there, like, kind of makes a step closer towards safety, I think, is a piece of it, too. 5-3. This can't hit anything, so we should make a board point somewhere. Probably the 3-point and be ready for contact right away. Slotting a little bit better, but okay. 4-2 is going to safety. Nice shot for David. Aces is going to make the 5-point, fill in. Contact looking great for Herman. 4-2 gets to make a board point. Nice progress for David. And he should be having a cube soon. I don't think the match score is going to matter too much in this one, but here it comes. With the threat of rolling a set to clear, I think he has enough for a cube. And actually with the extra checker back, he has enough gammons to have a big enough threat to have a pass of this score already. I expect that the pass side of this is more difficult. And the interesting thing, too, is that just because Herman waits and sends the cube very late, a lot of times the same players will also pass very early. It seems like that's a bit of dissonance, but I've seen it like very commonly with people that are like figuring out the cube. And so he's still happy to let this go. No, he showed us like in a game earlier with the blitzing threat that he wasn't willing to send it when it was passable. But so he finds the pass correctly. That's good here. That helps him out here. And it looks like we are 7 away, 7 away. Still playing lightning pace. 5-4 is going to go for the split. Nice play. 6-5 is going to want to run in response. And aces can make 2 points. It could make the 20 as well, but I think this is a little stronger, especially with the spare on the 5 when we don't have to give up the 8. Nothing for David to do with this other than slot the deuce or leave more blots, you know. But so this is going to hit and make the anchor, and commanding lead for Herman in this game already. 6-4 is going to enter. What else can it do but I guess just slot the bar, sure. Duplicates 2s, tempts his opponent to come off the anchor. And this looks strong enough. I mean, Herman has race position and threats here for sure, and it's like harder to determine whether or not David has a take, but he's going to cruise by the cube again. And so 3-2, yeah, I think pointing on head is stronger than leaving our anchor. That looks very good. And what does David find here? He finds a fan. We'll see if this feels like enough for Herman, and should be a clear pass by now. Too good as well. Okay, yep. Another claim. 1 point at a time in this match. Four 2 to open for David. Oh, thank you. Blunderblot's bringing me the water. It's necessary here in Jamaica. Not a big enough score difference to really affect play too much. After making the 4 point, up and down with the 11 is very strong, of course, here too. I think our opponent's made an advanced anchor and has priming structure, so I think splitting is pretty important here. And then what ace do we have other than 6-5? Great play, I think. Double 2s again. We've had those too many times here. Maybe it just makes the bar point now. Yeah, I don't see anything stronger. 5-3 cannot make an anchor, unfortunately. Can't really run either, so I think just 2 down seems pretty strong. Yeah, get some building potential. 4s, with the racing lead, I think we're going to want to advance the anchor to the 18 at least. But we are going to be tempted to attack. Maybe making the 3 long with it is fine. Just all the way, though, and play a simple game and try to claim the race. Yeah, this is a common theme with early doubles, that we don't want to risk any sort of playability in it and just want to get to an efficient cube. And I think he's going to get that nearly all the time with this play. 4-1 is going to make a board point. Here comes the cube, and I don't know if he has enough defense to take it. Oh, he does have a very clear take. Okay. I kind of thought with no anchor yet that this could be too scary, but he does have the rack. I forgot that he made another board point here. But we see kind of what I was talking about as well. So late on the cube and early with the pass here for Herman. He's going to let this one go. Very common tendency I see out at these tournaments. The logic is probably like both sides just feel like too much gambling, right? We don't want to take the risk of sending the cube too early, and we don't want to take the risk of taking when we're behind. 6-3 is going to split in response to the better board. I like that. 6s is going to make both bar points. Beautiful shot for Herman. And he should have a cube a lot of the time here. This is a nice entry for David, I guess. Well, without splitting, I don't know. Does he really need to? Yeah. And so he goes ahead and makes the point instead. That's close. I would have thought that this is a pretty reasonable double. Yeah, okay. And it is, but not a huge one that he misses. Breaks contact with the big racing lead, so that should be enough to send it. David's going to try to split, and he's going to get away with not having to face the cube again, but it's like, yeah, it's too much ammunition in the zone, not enough to play for, doesn't have to release the bar anymore. But this is a claimable position for sure. 4-2, he wants to think about the blitzing move. That's interesting, but yeah, I think maybe that's better if we've sent the cube or something. Okay, David is going to make the anchor now, and now he's got a very playable game. I don't think we have a cube anymore, even with the 14-pip lead. Very nice clearing roll for Herman. 6-3. Oh, I love the pace of this, by the way. Okay. We are going to make a point and slap the next one. Sounds beautiful. Only a 12-pip lead, so Herman still needs a little bit more to claim this anyway. I think he should just take a checker off the mid and get ready to clear that with a 6-5. Nice play. 3-1 is going to cover and lift into the board. Okay, that seems fine. 2 what? 2-1. Interesting. The 13 pips appears to be just enough for a cube now. And so he's missed a small one here. Maybe 2 checkers in would be a little bit nicer there for me. But 2-1 wasn't a great roll for the race, so he's happy to have held on to it after this sequence, maybe slightly, still close. 4-2. Yep, we can keep playing checkers in. Not sure why XG wants to break the 4-point quite yet. There could still be contact here. 6-4. Are we ready to just release the midpoint, or do we want to start making the 2? I think that seems prudent. We're going to have to break our board and could roll an unlucky ace and not have the contact with the mid anyway. 4s is going to clear everything, and this is going to be like a claimable game after this, I do think. And 4-5 gets him within 15. Probably not enough to play it. 5 and 4, okay. And now we have, yeah, double and a racing pass with 15 pips, 86 pips leading. You can add a little bit for contact to the 5-point here, but this should be pretty easy for Herman to clear. Not a lot of contact value. You get maybe some pip punishment for the open 5-point that will persist through the bear off as well. But I don't think that all adds up enough when the racing point of last take is 10 pips. So we got to find an extra 5 pips of value in this position. I just don't think we have it. See some good food moving in there. Correctly passes. We're going to move on to 6 away, 5 away. Small lead for Herman. Double 5s to start. 4-3 for David. That's going to be 2 down. Play for some gammons here. Correct at even scores in general, and also at a trailing, any sort of trailing score for sure. 2-1 can slot in response. There's good 4 duplication, but he's going to split instead. That's always a close candidate. Got to look for those opportunities to slot instead and play for something aggressive. 2-1 is going to make a nice anchor. I like that. Tempting to cover the 11 as well, but the 22 point just too much better than the 23. 4-3 gets to cover a blot. Yeah, that blocking point in the 9 is very valuable after they make the 22 and gets to split for his own anchor as well. 6-5, this is uncomfortable. Maybe we just play to the deuce. Maybe we hit loose on the ace. We don't really like any of it, though. I think probably... Oh, interesting. We should just slot the 5. There is a pure play available. Okay. Yeah. Nice find. And he's going to get the cube as a result. And 5-1 is going to hit and continue. Okay. And 2-1. I didn't get to see that cube decision, though. What was the... Slightly early. Okay. So well enough timed for David. And Herman is ready to slot with this again. Okay. So we could slot a better point if we were going to come in this way. Very interesting. Yeah. I don't see much duplication, but he has the anchor, needs a way back in. I guess everything else just, yeah, like we need the diversification maybe of the back checker there too. I don't think that's actually true. I don't know if it has more numbers. I'm not really sure why it's so okay to slot here. I guess because we just need to get back in this game urgently and make something happen. And the tempo that he gains by hitting isn't all that big when your opponent just wants to like build their escape anyway. But okay, now he's going to get to make a point. He has 2 anchors, so he can just slot. I like this as well. This seems very strong to me. What can go wrong once you have that second anchor? Just play pure. 2-6 cannot hit or escape with tempo, but it can clean everything up. Is that the best we have here? Could make the bar point. That seems a little loose. So I think I like his play there. Just keep it simple. 4-2 could advance the 20. He does not have timing for the 24-22 game. So he needs to be thinking about addressing that somehow. It's going to be tough to generate that timing with where all David's checkers are as well. So reasonable to think about that. I'm not sure I would give it up quite yet. But look at this. He's right to. Okay. Yeah, I probably would end up just making the 7 there. Playing the checker is really sharp, Herman is, I think. 6-5. Can that point on ahead? Yeah. Yeah, okay. And he gets a fan. And 5-3. I think it's a good time to try to prevent a second anchor since we'll still have racing and checkers back lead here. Even when we're hit back. Ooh, double aces would have been okay. 1-6, he'll take it. Sends one checker back. 4-3 hits on the bar again? Yeah, what else do we have? I don't know if we want to generate time and get more involved, but they don't have the second anchor, so we can't think that way. Making the 23 here, I think, is a lot. Oh, we entered 2. Okay, yeah, so we got to play this way. That's a great shot, though, to end up having an anchor again. After the 5, where's the 2? I guess we could challenge our opponent to come off the 20, but 6-4 seems okay as well. Oh, yeah, just taking the opportunity to clear some points is very strong. 1-4 is going to advance that anchor to the 23. Beautiful shot for Herman. Now he's got plenty of timing for a 2-5 game, nice and pure, and there's a lot of ways to win this one. Anyone's game at this point, really. For what? Is it 5-4? Yeah, I guess. And then 6-3. Just going to progress around simply mostly. Herman's going to keep his checkers really pure and try to make the points in order. Never worrying about making the deuce or the ace before the 3's made or anything like that. And David just trying to clear contact here before the board gets too strong, finding safe ways to land. So just slotting the bar point looks very strong here, but okay, you can go for a little bit of mobility with 20 to 18. Wants to make sure that the last checker gets deployed. That seems okay as well. All these plays, I think, very close. Not a big difference here. And David looking for ways to clear. He wants to get that checker off the 10 point, but the distribution looks really bad afterward. Okay, worth it though. What else can we do? Not sure there was an ace anywhere else anyway. I think slotting the 7 looks nice, but I guess maybe we need to use the 2, 20 to 18 because we're running out of space or something. 3's not good. So I guess 11 to 8, 9 to 7 was the first thing that jumped out. What is he? He's going to play the 3 in instead. Okay, they're all similar. We do really want to make the bar point here, so I'm thinking that way. 6-4, what happened there? No roll? 6-4 was a very good roll. So that is unfortunate. 5-4 is going to clear. And 6-4 can run the back checker now. And we're getting to... David's cleared all the difficult points, so he's only going to leave a single shot when he has to volunteer from the 10 if he can't clear that safely with a 6-4. So he's done a lot of the work to bring this game home. I'm not sure there are a lot of gammons threatening here. I spoke too soon. That's going to help the cause quite a bit. Now he's a favorite to win a gammon after that roll. Tough for Herman there. Maybe making the bar looks good here, but okay. He wants to play checkers in and focus on crossovers and trying to save this gammon naturally, I think is what he's doing here. 2-1. Yeah, this can take a checker off. Why not? I don't think we need to focus on pre-clearing. Oh, we should slot the ace, though, and have that to play. Interesting. I don't know why that would be. I don't think I understand that play. 3-2 could just bring 2 in if we're still focusing on trying to save the gammon the natural way. Otherwise, it could make the bar or something like this. Okay, just playing into the 5. Seems like a nice compromise. All of them should be pretty close. Reasons to do all of it. This is so interesting. Why do we need a checker on the ace? I don't understand that. But XG really wants to do that. I think we have aces to play from the 4 for a while, so I wouldn't be too worried about it, but okay. What else do we have? 6-5 plays beautifully. David's coming home very nicely. Only the 23 point left with contact, and Herman's going to start getting those checkers on the 20 moving. I think that's wise. 3-1 can take 2 off. Again, he's got to take... Interesting. Oh, he wants to be even. Okay. 3-2 can come around to the 11. Get a crossover. I guess maybe there's a way to get more crossovers. I'm not sure what XG prefers there. So are we going to prioritize staying even again with the gammon nearly locked up if we don't leave a shot? I don't think we need to make aggressive plays. So we should find the one that leaves these shots. Probably this, but I don't know for sure. 2-1. No extra crossover available, so he's just gonna 11 to 8 feels like it's wasting pips and crossovers a little bit. I think we should have found 7 in somehow. 6-2 is a shot lever. Okay, it's not what he was looking for after the play he made. 3-6 is that. Looks like a miss. 3-4 it is. Okay. And what does David have? 4-3. Okay. And this looks like a fairly certain gammon at this point. He should stay around for the ace one more time. He can make the bar point as well. No way to naturally save it with crossovers anyway. So yeah, we just want to make this structure and prioritize having the 5 prime should we get the ace hit. Oh, but he just leaves. Okay. He's going to go design a gammon now. Okay. And on we go. Yikes. David playing speed gammon and really sharp with all the games I've caught. 2 away, 5 away. It's one of the best. Why is he missing a checker? He's got an extra checker on the wrong points. I hope they catch that. I don't have time to go correct it for them. Yeah, they're not going to catch this. Okay, so I guess we're going to start with 6 checkers on the midpoint instead. So I need to find a way to enter that illegally. Maybe... Hold on. Is this okay? I can ask for a room. Yeah, for sure. It's on YouTube, though. The link's right there. Yeah. All right. I think I saved him. How do you like that? Oh, did David have a 6-2 already? Yeah, okay. And now we have a 6-2 on the other side. I got it. So he needs to split now, he feels like. Yeah, that seems reasonable. And 2-1 is going to make the point and hit. Sure, sure. Looks good. 4-6 is going to return fire. There we go. 3-1. Yeah, just splits up to the front. Yeah, I don't think we want to break a point to hit, so I like that decision. Down in the race, provoking contact, weaker board. Tough position for David. He's probably missing cubes along the way here too, yeah, at such a big trailing score. So we'll see if Herman's adjusting to that match score at all. 3 gets to anchor up and keep him alive, and then the deuce, I guess, can go wherever. I would have maybe wanted to start working on a board point, but down seems fine as well. And 5-2, yeah, probably no cubes here now that it's a mutual holding game. Needs to clear that bar point to have anything, really. 5-2 gets to make a point behind. It's always, oh, look at this. It's an opportunity to run off the anchor with this big racing lead. But making board points and preparing for inevitable contact always seems strong as well. 4-2 is going to make another blocking point for David is what he chooses to do instead of focusing on the board. So missing out small opportunities there. 5-3. Something's got to go. Do we want to volunteer against this board? I wouldn't think so. So I think probably I'm just releasing the 8 from both. Yeah. Okay, but he's going to stack up instead. Again, really struggling to build here. 6s is a little fast, so going to need to come off that 18 point quickly, but David's not going to be ready to attack anyway. So I think it's going to be an okay time, almost whatever he rolls if he wants to try it. 3-1, maybe not with the double shot, but yeah, look at that. We still just should because now's the opportunity, and we're just kind of wasting that chance and could get worse. Breaking the 8 makes a 3-point board, so yeah, now it's scary to come off that anchor, and we've missed our shot. 5-4, so I think we probably need to just start burying checkers behind here instead of leaving. But yeah, he regrets not taking that chance a moment ago. Oh, thanks, Dimitri. That's a good explanation for that position. I'll have to look at that closer. 4-3 plays down. 5-1. Well, there's a safe play, but it's a little early to give up the 6, so I think we have to volunteer somewhere. This duplicates 3s. Yeah, I like it. Look at that. Oh, wow. How do we do this? 5s and 1s, there's a little bit of duplication. That's a tough play to make, I think. 5s and 1s. So we're going to make the ace point. Okay. David waiting there. 4-3. Doesn't have room to not volunteer anyway, so what can we do? Maybe it is. I mean, the board's just gotten better. I'm just lost in this game now. Feels like we might not have any other options than like double falcon and duplicating the 3s and 2s again. Okay. Oh, we could clean up one blot though, and then we have to add 6s though. It's more shots, so it's really tempting to make this like double falcon play to me. But I don't think we have room to like give up the 6 point or anything like that. Tough one for Herman. Let's see what he figures out with this. Well, he does want to look at giving up the 6 point there. And the thing is, we're just like, I mean, we're much worse off with our board, and we're not any closer to solving this problem of escaping the 18 point. It's only going to get harder from here. So it's one of those, like, now's the time before things start to, like, once we go down that hill, we're probably going to play as safe as we can and destroy our board even more. And the chances of getting safely off that 18 are just entirely going to depend on rolling a set. We won't be able to clean up our blot. The path home looks difficult. Okay, he's going to clear the 6 after all. And David's going to pause to think about the cube with contact, I guess, but leading to a 5-away, yeah, I can't really think about it. Way down in the race, so needs to keep contact with this play too somehow. Maybe the best way with all these checkers behind, I think we can just run one from the 21. I think that would be my play. I want to keep all the contact points with the 18. So many dead checkers that I don't have to worry about being attacked or really anything like that. So we can play a single checker anchor game in a position like this and play for max contact. I don't know why he wants to keep the checker back further on the 9 instead of just continuing to the 5. It reduces contact a little bit to leave the 21. So I want to keep that pressure on the blot on the 18, as well as that 5 point that's going to go very quickly here too. So yeah, well found. Took his time to look through all the options. I appreciate that. 5-3 cannot play safely. So I think probably we're just going to keep destroying now. Keep playing like from the 7 and the 5. I don't know if we can afford to come off the anchor anymore. Oh, we can. Oh, we can hit. Wow. We just go for the attack. Yeah, okay. How did I not? I didn't notice that the 3 hit. But yeah, what better chance are we going to have? At least like close to half the time our opponent fans at least. So we go for it here. And when we get away with it, then we have a path to victory, you know? Otherwise, I just don't know how we're ever getting this home. These get to be such play, like, another thing about breaking your 6 point earlier and waiting and all these things is that I find these games to be very difficult as they progress home, too, to play. There's a lot of mistakes available. This probably feels like a reasonable... No, I mean, we can't send this even at normal scores or anything like that, but of course not at the score. For what? Looks like he has a decision maybe between hitting and covering. With a 4-6 would be my guess. Otherwise, everything else just seems like it would come from the back. Maybe a 4-1 would be awkward. No, 4-1 would hit again. 4-2 would cover for sure. 4-3 would just pop out, I think. 4-4... 4-4 might be some sort of decision. I guess that would just come all the way around. 4-5, I think, would just pop out. And so 4-6 would be between covering and hitting. 4-3. Oh, he wants to give it the point instead of coming out. I'm not sure why we would want to break the 8 here. Or the 9, I'm sorry. It wins a little more gammons to play looser. Maybe it keeps more contact. It just seems very, like, it's a very productive point, helping us, like, protect the 3 point and also build on it with those checkers 6 away. So I feel like everything's placed very well, and I just want to make progress outside. When our opponent, like, doesn't roll a 6 from the bar, we're very happy to be out on the 18. All right, goes for this, and Herman wants to pause to think about the cube. That's very interesting with the slot and the... or a shot and the trailing score. It's tough to lose your market with this 4 point board, though. I think it's just too weak. Maybe if you had a perfect board and was shooting at all these blocks, it would be more interesting. But I don't quite see it here. Not a big mistake, though. Yeah, it is kind of interesting to pause and think about these cubes when we know our opponent's gammons are sky high like this. It feels like a 2A. Well, I might as well cancel it and at least gain on the upside of winning, you know? But you give your opponent a way to win the match that extra 30% of the time, whatever that is, 4-5 he rolls. Oh, beautiful shot. And that didn't have to be a shot or a hit either. And David chose that last time. 4-3. And now a whole bunch of work to scramble these 3 blots home. David still with great contact. 4-1 gets to link 2 of them up at least. Only leaves the 4s and the 12s, I guess, to hit. 11, not quite enough, but I think we're still doing the single checker anchor thing. Well, we should just split past. I would play 21 to 10 pretty quickly, but maybe the ace buys too much tempo with the 4-point board. Very interesting. That's tough. Understand how David got tricked into that for sure. I guess the contact with the midpoint isn't that great anymore, so we're actually not thinking quite far enough ahead when we maintain the 13. It's just not the essential point of contact anymore now that the bar point is cleared. This is going to slot the point. Beautiful. And does Herman have anything? I wouldn't think so, but he is a small favorite now. Somehow he's supposed to get this home safely. Okay. 6-5 looks like it's going to want to safety one of the checkers from to the 2. I can't see what else we can do with that. Everything else is more blots, more shots, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we can see double shots abound. Finds the safest. And 6-1 is going to hit. Which one does it hit? I guess we keep the point. Why not, right? Might be nice to have covers in range and spread out that way too, but I don't know. I don't know why it feels more clear to just keep the points consolidated and not have so many blots to mess with. It does look tempting to play 13-12, 12-6 though. It's not so many blots. We can still go pick up the back one. Maybe there's a lot of duplication when we hit there too. We want the aces to cover. Only have the deuce to hit. And big numbers are not going to be able to pick up another blot and win a gammon for the match. So I can see some reasons to think about this for sure. And they are relatively close. Well, David saved himself 22 minutes of bank to figure this one out. And I guess he's planning on winning now. So he's not as worried about saving time to get to the rebuy period effectively. That could be what's happening here. This has been a relatively long match, though, I think. I can't remember exactly what time we started. We were scheduled to start at 11. I don't know if we did or not. But it's 12:40 already, so it could be kind of getting deep into there. With the speed of play he showed, feels like it couldn't have gone faster. It doesn't feel like it could be an hour and 40-minute match. All right, goes through all the numbers, figures it out, finds the right play. 4-1 is going to hit back. Ace not so good, but it's okay. And life for Herman again. As David find 4-2 is going to hit back again. Okay. Wonder if he considered this sequence. He does think ahead that way about how am I going to hit back when things go wrong. 4-2. Okay. So still some gammon threats since Herman's going to get pulled off that anchor so often. I think the best we can do, is just advance to contain that way. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess blocking 8s is better than blocking 9s. Blocks a set as well. I wouldn't have thought to switch 13 to 12 immediately like that. Aces is one of Herman's better rolls, I guess. Consolidates and it doesn't bury any new checkers, doesn't give up any new points. Doesn't force him off his anchor. 4-2. Not sure after we switched how to follow up on this one. It looks like we could play 18 to 16 and be in a slightly better spot there, but then I don't know where the 4 is. Wow, I really don't know what to do with this roll at all. I don't want to continue to the 12. I want to keep, like, outfield control and everything like this. Yeah, I guess burying the checker just seems a little premature, though. Is this really the best we can do? Wow, it'd be tough to find 18 to 12 for sure. I can appreciate his play, though. I see what he's trying to do there for sure. 6 is forced out into a triple shot. 2 is going to break the board. Beautiful. And David chasing a gammon once again. Harder to find with that checker buried on the ace, though. 6-4. Okay, that's going to hit and continue into the board, I would think. Oh, we should play down to get more attackers for the 4-point, though. Yeah, we can play wide open with this dead board and just make sure we have as many ways as possible to attack on the 4-point next roll. Presuming our opponent doesn't make the anchor, or if they have to hop off or something. Oh, how is the place? Jamaica's beautiful. It's such a nice resort to be at. So glad to be here hanging out on the beach, eating really good food here and stuff. Just great hospitality from Joey, too. It's a wonderful tournament. It's just a super fun vacation tournament, you know? Not all of them are like that. 4-6 hits back. Okay, a little bit of hope for Herman. David trying to pick up a third checker to get even more gammons here. And no 4, but the 6-5 does get, oh, it doesn't hit anything, no. So probably going to be stuck consolidating blots and playing 13 to 8. That's a bad entry. It is an 11-point match. I'm not sure why it says 13 on the stream. Probably from yesterday when we were playing 13-point matches in the Masters jackpot. So we'll get that corrected. Look at this. He's going to go for a little extra contact, though. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure. I guess this keeps him back a little bit further, but it just seems like too many shots to buy time to get home with tempo. 6-1's going to link up and clean up. Beautiful roll for Herman. Huge step in the right direction. Still even game, but can't ask for much more. It's really hard to scramble those 2 checkers around through this minefield. And we've crashed our board so much. Thank you for tuning in. I'm happy to transcribe and commentate for you and stream. Got a lot of help here too. We got people like on the OBS, Andy over there helping out. Double take team. Wow, this has to bury another checker if it doesn't want to give up the 20-point checker again, and I think that's going to be better. I think you have to keep that. So maybe we could just bury 2 checkers is interesting too to keep maximum contact. I don't know. But okay, giving up the 13. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm intrigued by like 8 to 2, 6 to 1 for some reason, but okay. So he's going to play down and play into the 3. Yep. Finds the best way to keep contact. 2-1 doesn't have to come any closer. I don't think it's worth giving up indirects. So it is. Makes it more flexible to run next time. Okay, okay. Maybe we can make more points. Yeah, I would have thought to just bury checkers the ace, because why do we want to volunteer anything if we don't have to? 4-1, another checker is going to be dead. I guess we can keep a checker outside to have a 6 to play. I'm not sure how many 6s that saves, though. So, yeah, so we can just come in there. And XG really likes to be a little bit 9 pips away instead is the most efficient place. That's very interesting. I don't know how it calculates these things, but it must know that you're going to get a direct shot most often when you step up a little bit, 20 to 19. 4 is forced here, comes into direct range, so on 4s we're very happy. And I don't think there's anything better we can do but continue forward to reduce shots. Typically, I mean, a direct 4 has less indirect numbers to hit than a 6 does, so it tends to reduce shots. 5-2 is going to miss. I think he's just burying checkers and waiting some more. Running out of chances here, and Herman might be able to eke this one out. I think it's better to link up the blots, but then we have to break a board point. He could also hit and continue and come closer. Well, that's tricky. Maybe I would hit, actually, now that I look at it longer. I was thinking that he was 8 pips away, and so he could use the whole roll to link up on the 9, but given that he has another 2 to play and has to break the 3, I think this is going to be better. Nice shot for him. No directs. Okay, 6-2. David comes in for good contact. If he had a perfect board, this would tend to be a take, but I think it's bad enough with all the crashing and things like that the 7... I don't think 7 pips away is ever enough either. This is still a take, though. Oh, because the reduced take point at 5 away, 2 away. This is not a money take, but he's supposed to find it at the score. That is tricky. That's a tough one. All right. On to the next game. Oh, hey, Dan. Welcome, everyone. Four-away, two-away. Super fun cube score. Can't tell. Are they taking a small break? I didn't see any of either of them walk out here, but they haven't started the next game yet. Oh, yeah. Looks like Herman went to get some water or something like that and is walking back now. We'll let the speed gammon resume. Three, three. 4-5, okay. So 2 down is the play at a trailing score like this, but he's going to stick with a split. So not a lot of match adjustment going on from Herman either, it would seem. Down and hit is best. And 5s is a good return. We can make the 3-point with it as well. And then I guess, yeah, redistribute 13 to 8. Looks nice afterward. Double 4s. We, at this leading score, I think making the 20 is kind of essential here. But then our last one is not so good. But we can place it on the 9 and duplicate 4s. Okay, I think I would just do that here. Way down in the race, yeah. Nice play. That's a common theme in the opening, that when our opponent makes the split to the 20, that we like to duplicate the 4s by playing down to the 9. All right, 5-2, and we already missed a cube. I wasn't paying super close attention to that, but that's how sensitive it is at this score. I think here, how do we, maybe I can come in deep and pop out 21 to 16 or something like this. Starts a good point though instead, okay. And wow, down with 4 checkers back down this much in the race, I would have a hard time finding the pass here, but we're awful close to it still at the score, even at 4-way, 2-way. Usually the way I think about it is that when you have an anchor, you know, there aren't enough gammons to really change it so much. But they are present with those 4 checkers back in the slightly better board and the big racing lead and all these things. But we're going to miss the cube, and I would be actually surprised, I guess, having seen what else is going on with the cube play from Herman earlier. It seems like he should have difficulty getting a well-timed 4-way, 2-way cube if he's not super familiar with score dynamics like this. So probably we'll sail way past the market if a cube occurs and have a relatively easy double and pass for David. Yeah, making the 5 looks great. There's no way to cover the 4 after that, so we can just make progress outside. Yeah, okay. Nice find by him. 4-3 is going to hit, and hit twice. Beautiful roll, okay. Gammon's back on. 3-6 fans, and now there are a mountain of gammons in this position. Must be a double and probably a pass here as well. Pretty sizable. And here it comes, nearly too good. And so David's going to let it go. And we're going to move on to 3-way, 2-way. Very sensitive score as well. A little bit less than 4-way, 2-way. Less opening cubes. 6 for David. 6-3 is still going to want to split, though, even at this. But running, you can see, gets a lot closer when you're just trying to win a simple game. 5-1, I think it's still not worth hitting 2. But it sure does get a lot closer. It's better to bring an extra checker into the zone. Where the 6-5, you love to hit 2 because you have the extra one. David hits back. And Herman returns fire as well. Keeping it volatile. That's what Herman's looking for. David just wants to consolidate, have an anchor, and keep things simple. 5-2 can't hit back anywhere. So maybe it should just split all the back checkers. What else do we have? I don't really want to play any other distribution stuff. Slotting seems okay too. Okay, yeah. I could imagine popping out to the bar too. It is 24 to 22, I guess. Seems pretty big to have this many blots. 3s are a little bit duplicated when we make this play too. But yeah, I can't imagine finding any 5 that I like after making the 23s. So these are just kind of conflicting game plans, the tempo hit as well as making the 23. But it's pretty close. It's not a bad play. Closer than I would have guessed, I suppose. Yeah, it's like right there. 2 in and 6S to slot. No good 6. Why not? 6-1, I guess, is going to hit and make the bar point. Oh, he's going to think about making the ace. Yeah. Oh, and he should. Wow, and he should hit the 2. Wow, I wouldn't have found that. I think with 4 checkers back, I'm also thinking about purity right now. So I like Herman's play, but not quite right. David gets a very productive double 4s. Things going well. Herman gets to snatch that 20 point before it's too late. Very nice improvement for him, too. Close enough race to play an anchor game like this. 5-1. Now David's position just wants to find mobility and work toward home. So the 5 out for sure, and then 23 to 22 with it links them and sees the light, so I like that. 4-2, I think has to try to hit here, but oh, he could hit the 3 and cover the ace. Maybe that's a little bit better. That's tricky to me. He did go for the pure play and making the bar point last time, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him stick to that theme. It just, I think this time when we're giving up the midpoint with so many checkers back, it feels a little bit different. That's why I'm more led toward doing that, but I would be incorrect. Staying pure is better. One 6 hits again and gets to pop out with the 6. Beautiful shot. David making progress on his 2-point game. 6-5. I think probably we want to clean up 13 to 7 here. I'm not sure why I want to keep that contact. We should just come to the outfield, okay, and provoke and try to keep contact and make it as difficult as possible to deal with that blot out on our 9-point right now. That's tough with the weaker board, but we have so many checkers back that I guess we'd rather get recirculated and make a deep anchor or something like this anyway. Not so afraid of gammons at this score since, you know, we can get cubes to make them pretty inefficient in general. Yeah, it's hard for me to see why this is too inflexible, but now I see on the board, like, there must be really awkward rolls next time, 4-3-1 kind of stuff. Yeah. 5-1. Nothing particularly safe available here, so I guess we're going to hit on the ace. And then step up with the 23. Yeah, it feels weird to be on the 23. It does challenge a stripped 8 here, so probably end up finding 16 to 15 instead, but nice. David's going to find slight preference from XG4 play.
I'm still in.
1-4 gets to hit. Well, the 1 gets to hit. I guess the 4 is going to hit again for lack of any options there. And I guess this is, again, like the issue with the last play. Oh, we should just stack it up. Weird. It just feels so much less flexible to do this, and we're way down in the race anyway. Like, I guess it's too deep to deploy a checker with 5 back is the issue. Yeah, that makes sense. I would have a real hard time not hitting the second one here, though. Just, it feels like why not? Feels like we're unstacking the 6 a little bit. We're buying a little extra time. Putting 2 in the air just is so nice. And it feels like 24 to 20 just doesn't really accomplish anything. 4-6 is going to pop out to the outfield. David's still just looking for mobility and to play a simple racing game. 5-3 can't do a whole lot here either. Can just run from the back, I guess. Yeah, I don't see a call to hit this time. Well, we can slot though. Okay, that's fun. Difficult play to find, I think. 23 to 15 seems pretty natural, even though it steps into a whole bunch of shots. So we're gonna hit and probably link up 16 to 50 if we do that. Otherwise, we could just play this simple and like make the 15 and step up or something like this. The 5-bot play seems a little bit wild at this kind of score, though. I feel like I would want to clean something up. Probably wins the most. 5 enters and 4 hits to buy some time to pick up more checkers now that he's all loose. Double 5s should make a lot of progress here. Gonna clean a lot of things up. Yep, comes around and makes that, and then why not? I guess we've got 15 to 10 or 13 to 8 afterward. Yeah, maybe it does seem like it'd be less shots, but we're closer to home the other way. That's a tough one. Oh, they're dead even. Okay. Yeah, not a big difference there then. Four-one can cover and slot the next best point, I think is what we're going to have with it. And once we get into this kind of like holding game position, The cube dynamics are actually such that Herman has to pass a little bit earlier. I guess David sees some gammons in this position and wants to play on for that. 6-5 is going to stack up. Was that the only way to get them both to safety? But yeah, a little bit better to claim here. And claim he could as well at two-way, but maybe he doesn't want to put the match on the line. Even here, the 20 pips is too much. We'll see if David Wells slows down to find that score cube. Still a massive pass. It would be really close for money, but the take point's more like 25% since Herman has 25% match winning chances if he lets go at three-way, one-way. Not sure how like skill level discrepancies and things like that affect that. I have to try all those too.
Oh, okay. That's the one. All right.
Here it comes. And Herman's happy to let it go. And we're going to move on to Crawford. One away, three away. For one to open, odd away Crawford score means that gammons aren't going to be relevant. There's just going to be one more game after this regardless. So be playing pretty true DMP. 5-1. Guess we have to hit loose on the 5. The 5 is less clear with the extra checker in the zone. I guess we could hit again. I don't know. Down seems fine too. One just wants to split and play simple. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, sure. 5-4 is going to cover, and then the 5 maybe steps out to the bar. I don't want to take it off the 13 anymore. Tempo on the ace feels a little bit weak here, but maybe for lack of options that could be okay. Oh, we could just point on the 4 too. That actually looks kind of attractive for distribution. Hard one to pick out though when you see that you can make the 5 point and just kind of looking for the 5 after that, you know? Oh, nice find here. I mean, it's not the favored play on this level. It could be with plus plus or something like that, but I think that's a really good one to catch there. Seems just so much better on distribution. Double threes cannot hit, but it can make the 5 point and bring a checker down, so plenty of offense for David here too. 6-2 reaches, or it covers. What is the DMP way to deal with this? Wow, I don't know. We're definitely ahead in board strength and race if we just cover. If we hit, we're volunteering with the weaker board, so maybe are we supposed to just cover here? Yeah, I guess so. That's tricky. Okay. Chooses the hit though, I understand that. Always feels best to like send the third checker back when you might not get one back yourself. You get kind of a free roll on escaping the other checker maybe. 4-6 links up. Works out reasonably well for him. Herman's still at the 10 pip lead. 6-3, not a lot to do with this. I guess just run. Close enough race. We don't want to like volunteer or sacrifice. Maybe this also just desires a bid for freedom. Get out of the way of that stack on the 6 and just come out to the bar. I don't see anything more productive to do with it. I don't want to park there and let him unstack with 3s and attack me. So I guess another option would be to just play for to the deuce or something like this, but yeah, everything else looks more destructive. And there is certainly a gain when we get away with this. Maybe our opponent can't get the checker on the 15 to safety and we get something out of that. Covering the outfield a little better. 6-3 is going to hit though. I think it's going to hit. I don't know where the 3 is though. That part's hard. Maybe it just slots the 4 for lack of options. Totally an option to just play 15 to 6-2. That's funny. Simple racing games are pretty good at DMP. He decides to unstack the 5 as well. Yeah, that should be easier for follow-up when he's missed, but it does leave 2 blots, which is a bit of a liability. All very close, though. 3-1's going to hit back, was going to hit back either way, I guess. Now he gets his option at ace and still just wants to step up to the 21, sure. David, I guess, will be looking to hit back, but makes the bar point instead, it looks like. Oh, coming around to the 9 is better. I would have thought that making the 4' was stronger, but I guess the midpoint is worth more here somehow. I'm not sure why that is. 3-1 gets to hit if it wants to, but what is the ace going to do then? I don't see safe any. Yeah, I can't imagine giving him his whole roll, so I guess we're going to play 8 to 7 with it, something like this, sure. 5-4 can come in. What is the 4 going to do? Hide the blot? That's what he goes for? Yeah, sure. It seems reasonable. 2-6. Can't get all the way home, so I guess, yeah, cover the bar and step up 18 to 16, get a little closer. I like it. 4-1 gets to hit. I think it has to try now, too, and then the 1 can just continue to the 8. I don't see a big reason to leave the blot out there. We're way down in the race, DMP anyway, so why not go for it, I think. Making the 4 is a close candidate, and he chooses that instead, though, too. Decides to keep all his structure in his midpoint instead, okay. 5-3 with the racing lead. Yeah, simple plays that just consolidate seems strong here. 6-5 comes all the way around, mobilizes a checker. Beautiful shot for David. 4-2. I don't think we're ready to volunteer or anything like this, but our other options look really bad. So maybe we put it in front of that anchor and just clear the 15. Yeah, like this. 4-2. He's going to go for the hit, of course, with the better board, yeah. 3-1 is going to try to return fire. I think hitting loose is called for here. Which way do I want to do it? We could enter deeper, but this is the better spare distribution for sure. Very close. We are more under the gun when we enter this high. Like, I think we have to just take the tempo to protect ourselves, not worried about losing a gammon anyway. 2 in, 6 is going to hit back, okay. Blot hitting contest, we'll see how it comes out on top. And yeah, it's so important to take that tempo, I guess, here. This is a harder one to find. I might find the quiet 13 to 8, or even stepping out of like board contact by coming out to the 18, bringing the fight somewhere else seems reasonable too. No duplication when we come out to the 18 though, so I think I would probably want to stay back and keep pressure on the blot and things like that. Hard to find the tempo hit with the last spare on the 6, but I do see like we just want to try to slow our opponent's progress down. You know, 4s and 6s are going to be bad from the bar then. Looks like the 5 should cover the 3. Oh, he's going to hit and play down. Interesting. Okay, this is the best we can do with it. That was quickly found. I guess we have to leave shots anyway, so we might as well take a tempo and a roll away, kind of like we talked about before. Okay, he's going to hit and cover the 5 prime. And it's looking like there will be another game in this match now. 4-6 fans. 1-6, yeah, I think hits and we can take a distribution 8 to 7. Looks kind of nice. Oh, we should just prevent an anchor and hit twice. Wow, okay. Didn't think of that. Yeah, that makes sense. 3-2 is going to bring 2 in, establishes an anchor. Maybe he can get a second one too. A little bit of hope for David here. 6-3 extends the prime. David really needs an ace. Doesn't have timing for it, but it's his best hope. Fans, and so, yeah, Herman should be very happy to be taking away that ace point. He's going to do it with double 6s. Very nice shot for him. And there could be some backgammons for the match in this position. Not a ton of them, but they're not non-existent either. 3% right now. 2-6 should help the cause, allow him to start playing checkers from the back while his opponent bears in and bears off. 5s, yeah, only way to not leave a shot is to take 2 off. 5-3 gets a checker moving. Oh yeah, he gets to go for this like amoeba split idea and get a double shot on 6-5, and there it is, 6-5. 4-1 to get right back in this game and maybe close out the match. Only 3 checkers off. There's the ace. Ace 5, okay. Still work to do to close that 3. And Herman gonna enter quickly. Oh, and has to leave another shot. Really unfortunate roll for him. So things got a lot easier for David. 2s and 3s to make a lot of progress in this game. No such luck, though. Could it possibly be urgent enough to banana split here? We do have the better board afterward, but we still have chances to contain and win pretty easily, so I don't think we need to do it. So I think we want to spread in the outfield somehow. But yeah, it's not too far off, especially at DMP, and he's going to take a look at it too. I mean, these are fun. You always have to root for someone to go for that. Gives up 0.4% backgammons, which is relevant. That's funny. But yeah, we have the better board after we hit with that. It buys us time. Our opponent could just roll a number to escape completely and end the game. So there's some urgency things there too. So there are a lot of reasons to consider the banana split. So yeah, I guess 4s, I don't know if they would have been any better the other way, but we're hoping to slow down rolls like this. I guess it leaves a double shot here? Okay, yeah, I guess we're pretty happy. 6-4 and 5-2-2-2. 5-6, okay. Hit and contain the outfield. Ooh, I don't know why we want to be so close here. This makes a very good 6-3 available, and 3-5 for that matter. But it does build and threaten to close the 3-point most effectively, so I guess that's what he had in mind. I think containment just a little more important here. All right, picks up the second checker too, so David in great shape to close this match out in this game now. 6-3 cannot close the point yet. Can't really effectively hit on the ace either. Not that we need to, so I think we're just spreading out in the outfield to contain. Oh, bringing a builder though, and focusing on the 3 is the biggest thing. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. So now he's going to go the other way. Okay. 5-4 fans. And 5-3 closes the point. That's a huge one for David. Entering on the ace is still going to buy a lot of times to make sure that like closeout doesn't occur. 5s, can they hit loose over there somehow? No, so maybe switching to the ace is worth it, but it allows our opponent some chance to just enter on the 6 and win that way. So I think we probably need to keep our prime. I would want to slot the back too. Yeah, nice find from David. Doesn't keep any direct covers for the back, but he does have 6s to hit now. And 2-1 is going to hit. The 1 can creep closer from the back somewhere, sure. On his way to the closeout, looking good. 3-6 fans and a 6 or a 4 to cover. There's a 4, double aces. And David rolling home to a likely Crawford game win. In, and then usually we would like to come to the 5 there. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I like the spare on the 5 instead a little bit better, but maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. 6 and 2 up. Oh, he has such a weak board that I guess he just wants to keep him on high points. Yeah, so that's fine. 6 is play, he sees. 2-1. If he comes out, that it plays. Yeah, to the 18, 6s are okay. Gonna do that. And there's the double 6s. Clearing from the rear with this one. And needs to avoid some high numbers, 6-5, 6-4, 5-4 kind of stuff. Big sets. 6-2 will do. That evens out nicely. Shot potential greatly reduced. Another fan from Herman. I think earlier he would have preferred to just enter quickly and try to win that way with 3 off, but contact's not going to be good with a 2-point board. 4-1 seems like it should just clear, but oh wow, they're very close. Okay. There's a lot of even, and I guess Herman can't really I guess he could enter on the 4 and then enter with the other checker and be able to keep one back for extra contact. But I think that's not really how this game is going to play out, since he's going to leave a shot from the 5 or not next time anyway. So I don't think he has to worry about that too much. So I think this is reasonable. I can understand why he goes for this. He doesn't really have the same sort of risk. 5-3 clears.
You were a fierce opponent. Played well.
Herman enters with both and resigns the match. Okay. Nice one from both of them. And that means David's going to advance, and Herman will presumably have a chance to rebuy if he likes. And I'm going to take a short break here and go find out what our next matchup is going to be and when. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got more backgammon all day, so stick with me.
Imagine now, a man is asking me to explain how the buyback goes. I was a man found people and they said, get me know buyback go. International, you know, you don't think about them enough. Well, Eddie and Joey playing buyback, right? You want him match? Okay. Okay, 9-7. No, 11-7, sorry. But if Bruce was actually playing good enough, but down at 9-7-5 in start make little mistakes here and every time I make a mistake I give a national game points for you know? Okay, boss. Okay. I'm going to go to the hotel. Cool.
Hi everybody, Nick Blazier here with the day 1 recap from Jamaica, Ochos Rios, Friday. Today we had action starting with the doubles at 1 p.m. and we got to watch a couple of those matchups, mostly following Michi and Antoinette on their way to the finals, and they have opponents in Avi and Richard, which I think the finals that'll be played on Sunday. And we started up our Masters jackpot as well at 6 p.m. this evening. We had a 16-player bracket, 14 entries, and we got to have 1 rebuy, and then we had 2 players that wanted to play a limited format. So we got to do a cool playoff to get one of them into the Masters bracket as well. What we got to watch on stream was the Michi show most of the day too there, and he was able to knock off Phil Simborg in the first round, got through Joey Issa, the main sponsor of this tournament. Both those 2 players are the reasons why this Jamaica tournament's going on right now, so thanks to both of them. And then couldn't quite hang on against Gary Caselny in the semifinals. Gary knocking him off to make it to the finals on that side. Bob Wachtel, before I walked away, was still alive in, I think, quarterfinals on the other side of the bracket, trying to make his way to the semis as well. So more action from that. That'll probably finish up later in the week. And tomorrow we're going to start with the main event with $500 entry, 4,000 added dollars. We're expecting around 40 players. We'll see exactly how many show up. Single elimination with one rebuy period too. So it should be an exciting format, and look forward to more streaming at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
I'll take it.
You're right.
I call my glasses. Talk is over. Yeah, no, it's on. Oh, I fixed it.
Got it? Alright.
Not enough to cube, I wouldn't think, but the 6/6 fan always makes you think about it. And he's going to send it. Okay. Cool. We're going to get right through this match, I guess. Easy take for Jacob. That seems right. 6/5 can just escape all the way. Like that. And comfortable racing lead in game for John here. Ace is going to make the anchor and play behind. Don't need to split to the bar quite yet here. And 6/5 can't quite reach safety. But, yeah, what can we do here? I guess we want to play the 5, 13 to 8, probably. Okay, but he chooses to just slot the best point too. Understandable there. We're going to put it somewhere. Might as well put it where we want it to be used. Ace is going to hit. 3 can't do a whole lot. Maybe now's the time to split. He's going to choose to play down and focus on the attacking game plan instead, but it strips the midpoint, so a little bit of a liability there. 3 comes in. 6, I guess, can just pop out with the racing lead and try for freedom again. We don't really want to get more checkers involved, more blots around, anything like that. 6/2 can make the bar point and have a nice defensive hold here, or can make the 4 point. Maybe making an offensive point is worth something here too. They're both pretty close. Since we have to leave a direct shot to allow him to come around here, it's kind of a problem. 1/3, if it hits, it can't clean up, so I think we should just make the 5. Isn't that much stronger? Wow, it's really not. Hitting and unstacking the midpoint because we get the opportunity to do that. I guess the stripped mid is a better place to be too. Yeah, that's a tough one for me. I feel like I would just make the simple play, but I guess it leaves a double shot and everything like that. I don't know. That one's confusing me a little bit. And 5/1 here. We don't usually like the 24 and the 18 together, so I think the split makes sense. Plus, we get to make a point. XG likes slotting the board point instead a little better, but okay. 3s is going to cover the 10 and switch to the 5. Yeah, sure, that looks good. Could make another board point instead. And we get a fan. That's unfortunate. 2/1, can't hit anything. Could start a... Oh, yeah, makes a point. Yeah, there we go. And 4/1. So I guess we should just start the 4 point. Oh, 5/1. So we're going to start the 3 point. That makes sense. 5/4 finally gets to safety. Oh, it can play a little bigger with that, with Watts on the board, though. Yeah, it is going to be difficult to clear these points, so I can see why XG wants to try to solve that problem now. 6/1. Maybe I don't know what to do with this. I guess we can start points behind, but it's tempting to just come off the 24 here as well. It just doesn't feel like the place to be. And what does he find here? Something that gets to the, we'll call it a 5/3, I guess. I don't know. Oh, interesting. With all those blots on board, we can play much bigger. Okay. So I don't know if that was actually the roll either, but that's fine. Yeah, 2/6 could at least make 1 point. Maybe, and start the 8. Maybe we come off the 24 with it as well. Again, okay, now it's a big deal not to. Yeah, we do have the bar points. We can give up the midpoint a little more freely. Okay, that makes sense, and we do want to keep the bar. Plays 2 down instead. Should be a fine option. 5/1. I think we're still with 3 blots on board. Happy to volunteer. So 13 to 8, maybe smooth out 6 to 5. Six 4 is going to cover 2 points. Finally a board for Jacob, looking strong. 4/2 can clear the 10 point comfortably. That looks very nice. 2-1, I don't see a whole lot other than just playing off the 6 point here. Now it's getting kind of scary to come off the 24, as we saw earlier. Switching to the 4 point is better somehow. I don't really like lifting and dillying that biller though, and we could try to focus on making the next point in order. 6-4, I guess making a board point feels a little nicer. I mean, we have to leave so many blots around if we deal with the 13 now, so I don't think we can do that. Might as well make the 2 if we're going to volunteer and challenge our opponent to leave the bar point anchor. I like it. And 6-1 is going to hit, or it can. Is he ready to? I guess it should come off the 24 if it does. Around the bend. Wow, that's very interesting. I guess, oh, because then we still, not sure I understand that. I'm not sure why we want to stay primed back on the 24 here. But okay. A6 enters and hits. Beautiful return from John. Things are looking good. A6 returns fire. Nice shot for Jacob as well. 2-1 gets to hit and can anchor up as well. Could spread out for distribution, but they should be close. 3-1. Where does this want to enter? Deeper. Okay, it doesn't want to be attacked. Yeah, I guess that seems reasonable. Usually we can't afford the third checker on the 24 like that, but this is a little different later in the game with so much development. 5-4 just cleans up. Sure. And now a little bit of priming value for black. Looking for a 6 out. I think he really needs to use that to pop out from the 24. And then the 3 probably covers nicely 15 to 12, I would think. But maybe, is that ever too many fly shots? It's just 6-3 and 6-5. Doesn't seem like too much to give up. Close though, linking up with the 15 is good just to provide a few extra shots. Or a few fewer shots. All right. 4-5. No 5s available, so we're just going to play it 6-2. Basically, yeah, it's forced. My XG doesn't play forced moves fast enough. 4-1. Not sure what we're trying to do here. I guess I kind of like coming off the 15, leaving no fly shots, just double 6s. We cover all the 6s that run well. I guess we get a little different double shot coverage on like a 6-5 with this suggested play though. But I probably would have found something like this as well. 3-2 fills in a gap. Beautiful shot for John. Double 4s. I guess this is just going to... I don't want to stack up the 7 when I'm trying to clear it soon too. But I guess what else do we have time for? I don't see a whole lot of other options. Oh, we can keep 1 outside this way. Okay. And 1 to the ace instead behind. Okay. 5-2. Isn't that forced to run? I think it's forced. Tries to pause there with no 5. Okay. 6-3. Well, I don't know what to do with this.
From the back.
Time to just run, David Wells says?
No, you can't run. I mean, from the 11.
Just clear the 11 and keep the bar.
Just
Yeah.
trying not to get G.
Yeah, so, and we kind of have time if we avoid getting hit with the 6-2. The follow-up looks good. I think that seems reasonable. Yeah. Unpleasant roll, though.
Yeah.
Do you have a break now after winning your first match, David?
Yeah, till 5 o'clock.
Till 5 o'clock.
5
Okay.
o'clock.
I want to be on break till 5 o'clock.
Right? I got to figure out something terrible to do, like jump in the ocean or...
Yeah, okay. You can just stay here and do commentary and transcription. I'll go jump in the ocean and tell you how it is.
I could probably like,
come report back.
give you a short break so you can do it.
Quite all right.
I
Quite
didn't
all
know
right.
you were doing transcription as well.
Yeah, I usually try to. My laptop died on me, so I'm having to use a different one, but I can keep up with it. He has settled on spending the 6 this way. Is he ever going to hit, though? I mean, once you do that, I feel like you have to play 11 to 8. This is another way. It makes a board point and reduces shot somehow. I don't really hate giving up the 7 here. Just doesn't prime as well either. Like, gives a little bit extra movement when we don't need to, I think. Follow-up's probably more difficult as well. Well, 6-3 would have been hitting though too, so not a lot here to do, but make progress toward home for John John. Five three gets the. It can hit. Everything else is destructive anyway, yeah. So I think we got to go for it, right? And now he needs 2 or 4 to cover and a 6 out. Double sixes is gonna.
Wow.
It's gonna hit.
What a roll.
Yeah, that's wild. Why not link up? And just has to dodge a 4 to have completely turned this around and maybe even win a gammon. Things are looking good. I don't think it's worth cubing. Like, we have to play now, don't we? Or is there enough work to do here?
I think it's just a cube. You're not going to win that many. It's very dangerous still.
Okay.
And I don't think he can take, can he?
No, it's
So,
like a 540 pass
yeah,
and
but
close to too good.
Yeah, you're just not a. Even when things go well, you're not a favorite to gammon them at all. Sometimes
Yeah,
they
that's
can
fair.
go poorly.
Yeah. Fair enough. Claims it and gets his 2 points. 11 away, 9
That
away.
was a quick turnaround.
Yeah, yeah.
Went from hopeless to winning. This will help John John become a more stoic human.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Do you have issues with being a stoic human?
No, I'm just saying these kind of turnarounds in backgammon
Oh, okay, okay.
will stoicism is the answer.
I see. You're just suggesting it's good for him.
Yeah, I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting his character's strong enough. It should be good for him.
Okay, okay. Have you played a lot of backgammon with him?
He's an up and coming, very bright player.
Okay.
I played a little with him, and I thought he had a great mind.
Awesome. Okay.
He can beat his dad pretty handily already.
Okay, okay.
Him and his dad were the doubles champions last year,
Oh, okay, okay.
and I think that was mostly due to John John.
That's surprising. It seems difficult for the dad to listen in doubles,
he
you know?
was doing a good. He listened to his son. I watched a lot. He was
Okay. Everyone struggles to listen in doubles, you know? Or the chouette for that matter.
They have a lovely relationship.
That's good.
It is good.
4-1 looks like it's just going to keep progressing towards home. Distribution getting a little awkward, but what else do we have? Who is ahead in the race? It's dead even, so 5s could be a decider here. Comes around with a 21 pip lead. Small enough roll could lead to a cube. Should still be a take for the contact with the bar point here. Board is good enough.
That should be a double and a take.
Yeah, smaller on the cube side, easy take. And a 1 what? Ooh, aces. That reduces a lot of contact. I like
Yeah.
this.
Intermediates often will miss this double, thinking they have too many points to clear and not having the benchmarks memorized. And
Yeah.
once he makes the 9, if he could retain his racing lead, he might see it differently.
Small tactical thing in taking the checker off the 20. We want that for racing distribution later. All that. So there must be some better way to spend the other 2 aces, but it's close. Small stuff. 5-4. I guess we can release the midpoint, right? Yeah, why not?
Should not be a double now, probably, with the race.
Ooh, 5-4 is perfect for John John.
How many pips did he lose? He lost 6 pips.
Not much. Double 3s is gonna solve that. Besides, he wants to make the 5 point? Yeah, I don't know about that. I think we got to clear from the rear, right?
Yeah.
We could just clear the 8 first, but I think it's just going to leave more shots. Not worth it. He could clear neither and play 6-3 with it as well.
Yeah, you're up and up pips. You don't need to worry about distribution too much here.
Yeah.
Clearing from the rear should be the right idea.
Feel that way too. 2 off the 8. 3-2 is going to be forced to clear the points out order now. Oh, it wasn't forced. You could just play it inside.
No.
I probably
That's
would have
not-
cleared as well.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you're supposed to clear.
Interesting. Okay.
You're just giving yourself 4 bad numbers as opposed to 2 bad numbers.
Ah, yeah. Okay. 3-1. He's making points again, so yeah, the focus here is just clearing safely and racing distribution afterwards. So maybe there's some technically better things than that, but it looks okay.
Looked fine.
Yeah. 2-1.
And
6-4 clears safely. And it looks like we should have an even match after this. This is 4-4. That was David Wells with me, helping out for a little bit before he goes to the pool. Thanks to him. Saw him play a really strong match to begin with. Oh, wow, okay, there's like a couple gammons here. Some freaky things can happen. 2-1. Another set. Okay, okay. Now there's some real threat here. 4-5. It's going to get one crossover, and everything will get off next roll. If he gets it and he doesn't, wow, okay. Turns it into a racing gammon and gets the extra 2 points. That's frustrating for Jacob. Lucky for John John. 7 away, 9 away. Sometimes it goes that way. Asking who I think is going to win. I think the leader is going to win. I think John John has an advantage, so I'm betting on him for now. I don't know at the beginning. I'm not familiar with either player, though, so I'm learning about them both, trying to pick up on tendencies and stuff like that. Not seeing a ton. Both seem to be playing pretty well. Oh, Vegas has it at pick 'em, I'm being told. Okay, okay. We got one really big John John fan in the chat. Okay. 5-4 can't split, so 2 down seems like the only play. Small advantage, I would say, for John John here so far. 5s is a little fast, though, so... But it's looking good for him still. 6-5 gets to run one. Yeah, ends up close in the race, so it's worth doing here even after the double 5s. 4-3, I think, really wants to get the back checkers moving at this point. Howdy, Michi.
Hi, Nick.
You want to come hang out with me? Okay, we're going to play like this, though, and stay on it. Here comes a cube. This seems a little bit early. I don't think it's a match score. We're outboarded. Lots of problems with this, but he is actually a small favorite. We'll see if John John figures out the take pass decision here. He's going to let it go.
Ooh.
Okay. I hope I didn't mistranscribe that one, but that looked very strange to me to get a double and pass out of that. I don't know.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 4-3 looked good. I don't know why he didn't address the back checkers either there. Oops. It's not what was played, so... They're playing quick, though. Maybe they're trying to get to the rebuy or something. Did you win your first round, Michi?
Yeah, after DMP.
Okay, so you got a break till 5 or something, I heard?
Exactly.
Okay, okay. Cool, cool. That's very nice. Who did you get to beat in the first round?
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim Maybe.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
okay.
Who is the father of a woman who beat me in the first round of warm-up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
So they almost beat me twice.
Gotcha, gotcha. No, I didn't.
Are you streaming this table? Right here?
No, I'm streaming the...
John John.
Yeah.
You roll 3 double sixes in a row.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
And the guy rolled 2-1, 3-1 to get Gammon at 2.
yeah.
I'd love to see it back.
That was pretty wild, yeah. 4-3. It was a holding game. And it turned into a gammon somehow. He just rolled enough sets. So
Wow.
happens every now and then. Yeah, not enough of a racing lead to come off the anchor, but he's going to go for it and likely to get attacked now. And we should split along with it too. Okay, yeah, instead of giving up the midpoint, I guess that makes sense. But Jacob wants to focus on the attack and bring more checkers into the zone.
Oh, John left the anchor.
Yeah. Okay, he finds this instead. Nice, Jacob. 4-1 hits back. Is he thinking about hitting off the anchor instead? I think it's better to send the third checker back and deal with it from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. He's really thinking about it though, okay. Just in case he wants to do it. Yeah. 5-3. I don't see a good 3. I guess it's going to play behind. Yeah. And 4-1 can make a point. That's nice. Small improvement here. Still looking to escape that back checker. Now that he, in that melee, he ended up with enough of a racing lead to be sort of happy coming off the anchor. I think I'm just clearing the 7 to make a board point here. I don't see much of a reason to volunteer on the 7 and step up or anything like this. That is the best play though, huh? Why do we want to leave the checker on the 7 here? 5-4 can just run around. Ah, the 6 is not going to like hitting as much.
Yeah, you are amazing, Nick. You are transcribing and giving commentary. I know it's not easy.
Doing my best.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
Well, thanks for joining me, Michi.
of course.
He doesn't want to give up the midpoint and play 6-4 and bury the checker instead. Understandable there. Yep. All right. 5-4. I guess it's just going to run into the double shot, huh? Yeah, we don't want a new blot involved. Oh, thank you. I've got delicious food on its way here. And 5-5 is going to hit. Okay, this looks like a turnaround roll for Jacob. Going to capture the racing lead, bring a checker all the way around, and then where is the last one? I guess just cleaning up 9-4 most likely. Five, 4 is going to pop out and try to escape again. Down in the race now, though. It's tough, but he is, I guess black is still primed. So we have a 4-1. Beautiful shot for Jacob. 3s is going to fan, and now that he's at the edge, this seems passable. He's going to play on instead, though. Okay. Yeah, I guess there are some gammons here, but it's so hard to close out with that open 5-point and everything like this that I think it's only 15-16% because of that, so it's better just to claim right here. Well, thanks, Paris. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, the Bicknell family getting in there and cheering, too. He saw you asking for the matchup. I feel like part of this should be to bring 13-7 with 2. But he wants to look at just cleaning up 2 blots and leaving no shots. So, okay, that's what we go with there. 0 risk on this next roll, which could be right if he intends to send the cube here. But now we are really getting pretty close. Now we are basically too good. Okay, sends over instead. See if John can find a pass here. He's going to let it go. And that is going to take us to 7 away, 6 away. Small lead for Jacob now. I can't tell how they can, if the dice are different, how they can tell who the opening player is. How are they doing that? Are they just like taking turns with who goes first? 2 down here. 6-5 is going to run. Interesting, yeah. Making the 8 looks really attractive there. So misses out an opportunity to build, but okay. 3-2, I think likely wants to split here somehow. Yeah, 2 up is a fine play. Where did the 2 played 6-4? A little premature for that. We might need both of those to make the 5-point. 2-1 can hit loose off the edge, and the ace, I guess, can just clean up for lack of options. Don't prefer to be on the 23 or anything like that. 2 what? 2-4? No, 2-5. 2-4 would have hit, of course. Okay. Maybe a tempo could have been okay there too. 2-1 covers. Beautiful improvement for Jacob. 3-2 cannot anchor. So, but it can get to the edge against only 8 in the zone, so we're pretty safe to be up there. 1 what? 1-6. I think I'd rather play into the 6 than step up to the 23. 6-2 can try to run somewhere. Can make a board point. Probably board point's better here. Yeah, okay. I like that. Gets ready. Makes the attack less threatening. Gives him a little bit of teeth if there gets to be some sort of blot hitting contest. And the run isn't all that likely to be successful either. 6-4 is happy to hit off the edge. Beautiful shot. And 2-5 misses. Is the tempo hit really worth it? I feel like we're outboarded and I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, okay. No other options. XG says. 3-6. Feels like we could be approaching a cube for Jacob too. It's going to pop out and just try to find freedom. 3-1 wants to hit and back. Yeah, I think that's good. I think we need to hit somewhere. I don't know where the 3 is after we hit though, so maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we should keep the anchor. I can't see 13-9, but we have to slot the board. I guess we could play 4 to ace. Is that somehow part of it? Yeah. Hard to see that play. 5-4 hits back. Pretty sure wants to, and we miss a cube now with how destroyed White's position has gotten, stuck back on the 23. Double 2s is going to hit, and probably 8-6 with it, but I guess it could continue to the bar. I'm not sure. Oh, he's going to play to the 4, though, instead. Okay, that's going to be tough on the distribution. Does he get a fan out of it? He does. Okay, 6-2 gets to cover. And 3-4, and so Jacob missing some cubes now. I think maybe... Oh, he's going to pop out to the bar and duplicate 1s. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. 1-6 is going to... Oops. It's going to hit and continue. Sure. And double 3s doesn't seem like it can hit anything. Oh, it does. It reaches out on the 9. I see. Okay. Nice there. 5-3 enters and hits. What else is there? Double 3s is going to hit and make the 3-point. Beautiful shot for Jacob. This is going to lose his market by a mile. Definitely going to be too good now. 6-4 can just run around. Oh, we should go threaten, try to not let him make the ace, I guess, is the idea there. With playing into the board instead. Brings 2 in range, sure, that should be fine. Double 2s brings both in, okay. And this is still plenty of gammons to keep playing on, but this should help John save it a lot here. He's going to need some 6s to mobilize those back checkers before crashing his board to have any real wins here. 4-3, I think, just wants to come in from the 10 and probably 7-4 with it. Yeah, I like that play. Looks good on distribution. And 6 out. Exactly what Jacob needed. Has to try to go all the way, hoping to be missed. Not the end of the world if he's hit either. 5-1 is just going to come in and plays for distribution there. Okay, sure. Ooh, double 4s is too fast, though. This is going to begin the cracking. 1 buried checker. And 2-1. Nice slow roll for Jacob. I think he can, yeah, just shuffle the checkers around in board. I like that. I like that. And 5s has to break another point. Bummer. Not good for John. Double 5s is quite all right for Jacob, though. Distribution a little bit awkward, I suppose. Is it like 2-5 just cleaned up there? Okay. 5-4. Ouch. This is a shot lever. So the 5 is forced to go to the ace, and then your 4 of choice, which I guess should come from the 7 and just clear from the rear. Yeah. What can you do? John looking for a 5, but a long road to go even when he hits it. Going to continue with that deuce. He does get to hit it. Buys a little bit of chance. Saves some gammons with that, I'm sure. And, oh, I guess Jacob could pause to think about a cube there, but just rolls through. 2-1 is going to advance for containment. Looks good. 6-3 just wants to make a bid for freedom. Maybe covering the ace and not being in direct range is a little bit better there. 5-4 is going to hit. And pops out 2. Okay. Small racing lead. 2-1 fans again. Wow. A couple fans on a 3-point board. Very fortunate there. 4-2. Can't clean up the blot on the 9. I guess we just come around and cover the outfield some more. That would be my idea. I'm not sure why 9-7 is better. Maybe there's some duplication principles here. No, it looks like everything. I'm not sure. Not sure how that can be less shots. Maybe it cleans up more often could be part of it. Yeah, I think that would have been my play too to the 12. I guess they're close though. And he gets another fan here. Wow. 2-1 gets to link the blots. Not too bad. So he's got a landing point on his way home now. This could be anyone's game. 5 in, and he's going to pop out again instead of covering. Ace-4 is going to hit in lift. Very nice. Good follow-up for John. 6-5 gets to zoom by, and now it's a nice close game again. John still has work to do to escape that back checker, so must be on the back foot here. 3-2 gets to clean up another blot, and now we're only dealing with 1. Thanks, Jim, for watching. 3-1 has to be worth attacking here down in the race with the better board, all these things. And still missing cubes here on his way. No hit. And does he want to go for the cube now? Yeah, there's no gammons here, so better just claim. Okay. Double and a pass. And we're going to move on to 7 away, 5 away. Oh, they use the die closest to each player as their die. I like that. Thanks, Ferris. The Michael idea. Are they talking? I have headphones. I could be listening to them sort this out, but yeah. That works well. He's going to go for a run with the 4-5. Okay. Already making some score adjustment and trying to get into a simpler game. I like that. 6-1 is going to make the 7-point. 5-4 cannot hit, so yeah, sure. Splitting down looks nice for distribution. 6-2 probably wants to attack on the 5, but it could just clean up to the 7 as well, I guess, with the racing lead. Yeah, that should be fun. Yeah, 4-2 wants to anchor up, and the deuce down 13-11 really helps contain that back checker. Gets double shots when he runs with something like a 4-5. So we'll just step up instead. A little bit better to not be attacked on the 5-point though. That's exactly where John wants to attack anyway. 5-1 I think is just hitting from the 11. I don't see any better 5 after we use the ace to hit. Oh, we can play 13-8 with it though. That's bizarre. Wouldn't have thought of that. 4-1, 4-3. Okay, 4-1 would have hit for sure. 4-3 is going to be forced to play a checker behind. Still just trying to escape with a small racing lead. 5-2 is going to make an awkward point behind, I think. I guess I could clear the 7 to make the 5-point instead, but making the 3-point, of course, an option too. And we have double 3s for Jacob. What's that going to do? It can't run. It can make a blocking point and cover the 3s, so I know it do that, yeah. Oh, we can make board points here too. I don't mind making the 4 and the... Ooh. What is... Oh, we made it from the mid. I see. Okay. And what did this do? Was this, oh, 3-2. Points on head. 2-1 is going to enter and play 6-4. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Don't see any other deuces. Could have entered higher too. 6-5 is going to cover a priming point. Trying to hold that single checker back here. Should have went for an attack though with this impure structure. Interesting. Okay. 4-2. I think 8-6 feels like the deuce with it. Sure. Oh, we can just make a board point though. Yeah, I wouldn't have found that either. John, I think looking to attack here against the single checker. Doesn't get a great roll to do it though. But what else does he have? I mean, he's not going to come off his anchor with it. I don't know. He could just play behind and wait, I guess. Ah, continue the ace. Yeah, okay. Good find there, I think. 5-3 enters and covers. Nice roll for Jacob. 2 what? 2-4. Okay. Hits and covers. Beautiful roll. 1's not so good, but 4-3 will hold. And I wonder when John's going to have a cube here. Yeah, we're right at that moment. Threatening enough gammons with a racing lead, and there's just no defense for Jacob here. So pretty scary position, but 2-3 is a great response to step up. Got plenty of game now, and I don't think John has any sort of cube anymore. Yep. 5-4 is going to just pop out. Doesn't want to spend the 4 anywhere else. Break his distribution or anything like that. 5-1 has to come out to a direct shot or give something up. So I don't think we want 2 blots behind at this moment. So maybe just popping out's fine. Yeah. All the way. 4-3 appears to miss. I think that can just come around. And double 6s. Okay, this should be enough to decide the game. And win 1 more point for Jacob. The 21 pip lead now, yeah. The 3 pips is not going to be enough, and I expect a double pass coming here. And we should be moving on to 7-away, 4-away. And he is going to pass. Why does everyone want to be moderators? Why do we want random mute? I don't see it. Is he someone that I have muted already? I don't see what you guys are talking about. Thanks for watching my channel for me, though. I appreciate it. Did they forget to mark this on the scoreboard? I have 7-away, 4-away here. I wonder when the score got off. I might need to check on that. Oh, yeah, I could use Andy there. Misses a chance to split with it. The communication between the 9 and the 3 not that strong. Okay. 5-2 enters, and the 2 can play down for building. Why not? Oh, we could enter deep and do distribution. Yeah, this is better. I like this. Too much material in the zone. And I think trailing in the match, John should really be thinking about sending a cube here very soon. 5-2 can continue the attack. Does it need to? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for putting that point on the board. All right. Maybe we could just split, but we could also hit from the 9. Hitting from the 9 seems strong here. I don't know. Splitting a little bit better. Okay. Or we could, oh yeah, we could make the 11. I like that a lot. Okay. 6-4 in the opening likes to hit there, but I think just the 2-point probably is best thing that we have right now. When does the moaning start for who? About unlucky dice or something? I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Y'all are wild though right now. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm having fun. Hmm. 2-6 just wants to run all the way? Okay. Yeah, that seems fun. Missing cubes along the way, though. We'll see if he gets aggressive about the score sooner than later. Started off with some really aggressive cube work. And now we're kind of playing quieter. Just coming around here, too. Maybe we could come around and step up to the 22 to see the light. That actually looks pretty good here, too. Yeah, nice find. Like how he's playing the checkers there. 6-2, nothing to do to move the back guy. I guess it's just 2 down. I don't see any other options. 5 what? 5-1 gets to make the 5-point. Beautiful improvement. So this could be pretty much lights out in this game. Oh, but the 5s is going to save everything. It's going to clean up, and then I guess maybe pointing on head's a little bit better, even though it leaves the 5-6. I'm not sure. Yeah. I guess not enough of a racing lead to not do that. Gets a fan, and I think even at 4-away, 7-away with this lead, it's worth cubing this. I think this is just dead, yeah. He should pass it, but I think he might be thinking too good, trying to play on for the extra 2 points. Tough to get that, though, with the open 5 and 4. A little optimistic. 1 6, okay. And here comes the cube. And yeah, should still be a pretty clear pass for John John. Nearly too good now after making the 4-point as well. See if he can stay patient and let this one go. Gets tough when you're starting to trail in the score for sure. But yeah, he does pass. 3 away, 7 away. One step closer for Jacob.
I don't know.
2-1's going to start slotting. Generally the preferred play, especially when trailing. And 2-1 generally wants to split in response to the slot. Oh, thank you, Jason. But he's going to go ahead and slot 2. The idea there usually being that it's hard to hit and cover at the same time. You're kind of vulnerable on the other side. But it's not duplicated at all here. So a little bit different after that 2-1 slot. Makes the anchor. Could have just gone for board, I suppose, is the idea. 6-1 is going to cover twice. Sure, sure. Oh, it needs to be splitting here, though, now that our opponent has an advanced anchor. 6-4, I think, just going to make the deuce point here. I don't think it's too early to run off the anchor. 3-1, again, pressure on to split. So he is going to go for it this time, and then there's not really any ace after we split there other than 6-5, so I think he'll find that. Or he will choose not to split as a result. Makes sense as well for that bad ace. 4-3 is going to play into the 6. Okay, 2 down for building a little bit better. Needs some flexibility to bring this home. 5-2 can make the 3-point. Looks pretty nice, yeah. Interesting that it's close to just go for distribution instead. Racing lead with a 3-3 can just start advancing. And yeah, it's gotten progressed enough where the ace point is a big liability, or big enough liability for Jacob that John John already had a cube there. Very interesting. It's going to be so hard for him to ever split or make an advanced anchor at this point. And I think we're missing cubes for sure here now. Aces and gets to, well, it can make the blocking 7-point or it can make the 4-point. I'm not sure which is better, but I would think the 4-point here, that we just really need to fill that in order. It is nice to block 6s, but when your opponent can just split and you can't like threaten their attack that well anyway, you know, it's less valuable. You really need those board points. 3-2 is going to play to the 8, okay. And 4-4 still can't split, so we're just like crashing now. We would like to make the ace, I guess, but our last 4 is not so good. So I guess we'll just play 2 down and play 1 to the ace. Oh, we should actually, oh, we can shift 6 to 2 with it. Interesting. He's passing no matter what anyway. Yeah, and keeps the midpoint contact this way. It's an interesting play. Is he ready to find it? He is not. He's going to lose his market by quite a bit here now, I'm pretty sure. 3-1 is going to bring 2 covers down. Can't be splitting in this position. Here comes the cube, and there comes the pass. And on we go to 6 away, 3 away. Are there rebuys here? Yes, there are. This is a rebuy round for both players as well. They close. I think this must be the last round of rebuys. 6 away, 3 away. Using the closer die thing. Okay, we're going to split. 5-4 likes to hit off the ace, but I think both players are just splitting on this roll, from what I've seen. 3-4 wants to... Oh, it can link up with the 11. Yeah, that's going to be better than hitting loose. 5-1. Awkward. I guess the ace is going to come from the 24 probably almost no matter what. And just chooses to run with it. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense to just try to get out of the way and make some progress. 4s gets to point on... If we're going to point on head, I would think we want to make the 4 with it. I'm not sure the bar and the 2 work together that well, but it keeps more points intact, so I can see why he chose that. Ace in and 4 gets to come around. Okay. And what was this? This was ace something for John John. It was a 5 ace. Okay. 4-3 gets to step up. Ooh, it's a lot to step into. Do we really want to do this right now? Yeah, I'd rather do the minor step up if we're going to do one. Okay. It's close, though. Needs to find the time to get out of there now. And is happy he stepped up to where he did. I think the 4-2's got to make the point. Oh, wow, the building potential is so important that we need to go for the tempo here. That's very interesting. 6-4 can just link up and run around. Down in the race, John just trying to escape to have a lead in this game. 6-3 can't make it all the way. So 3 can step up to see the light. Yeah, I like that. That's a better place. I guess it is blocked by the 6. Can be attacked. And 4s is going to punish it. Okay. 2 board points, I think, is the idea here again. Enters high and plays down. Wow, with the match lead, he's going to send a cube at 3 away, and it's going to be way early, and we're going to see how John deals with this. For money, even, this is early, so we're going to see if John can figure this one out. Just too much work left to do. John still with plenty of erase, plenty of liabilities in Black's position too. So yeah, I'm not sure why he's in a rush on the cube on this one. Just feeling it, it would seem. Wow, and similar to the first game, we find a pass out of it somehow too.
That's right.
So I think Jacob's gotten 2 cubes through that in this game that way. Correctly plays 2 down at the trailing score. I like that. I don't have time to eat my food right now, Bryce. You can chase the flambe if you want. It's right over here. Yeah. You can get some. 5-2 makes a point. Come on up if you want. 5-1 can remake the 8 and probably split, I guess, for lack of aces here, but not the most inviting structure to split into. Looks a little stacky and not so primey. 4s, yeah, I suppose we can play on head. I don't know what to do with the other 2, though, when we do. So it's tempting to just make the 5 or find some other play like this. I don't really know. Yeah, they're all pretty close. Points, 1 in, 1 down. Yeah, okay, that works. There's room for that. 5-3 is going to enter, and the 3 must just come down. I don't see other options. Oh, we could play the 5 down and be less provocative here, too. Yeah, that seems reasonable. 3-1 can hit and continue instead of leaving it slotted against a good board. He should split instead, though. 5-4 makes the anchor. Oh, no, it hits. I'm sorry. Both very close. 2 in and out to the bar. Gosh, they're playing fast. It's hard to keep up with. 4-1 can break the 8 to hit. Is that worth it? We can't really link up anyway. I guess we could make the 9 would be the other play, but it feels like we should just hit and clean up a blot somewhere. We should step up with it, though. That's interesting. Where did the hits and lifts? And then we have a 2-1. And 6-5. This could, this can just link up all the blots. I think we should make the 10 and the 8 here, yeah. Otherwise, running from the 24 would be pretty nice. 2-3. I think we want to advance the anchor. It's pretty important to get up kind of a little bit further here. And 6-1 cannot make... What did it do? Oh, it pointed on head. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Okay. 4-2. I guess, yeah, for lack of options, we're going to play the deuce 4-2. Things are looking weird for John. 5-1. We're either playing behind or making the 8. I think playing behind is better, though. I'm not sure why we want to volunteer any shots here. Boards are a little bit too strong. What do we have here? 2-1. Way down in the race, but he's outboarded as well, so nothing's really attractive here. Maybe we could hit and play 8-6 or something like that. Yeah. I like that play. Nice find, John. 5-6 is just going to try to run. Okay. And 6-1. I guess covers the ace. What else do we have again? 2-5. What can we do? We have to leave shots no matter what, so maybe we should just try to get closer to home. I think so. And reduce shots that way. Cleanup is going to be very nice, of course. John needs a 3, rubs the board for it a little bit. We got to stay pure here somehow, so we're going to use the ace to slot the 5 or the 4, and I guess just out like this, yeah, makes the most sense even against the 4-point board. But yeah, you want to deploy the dilly builder and have covers for it, I guess is the idea there as well. 5-3 can clear the 10 points safely. Nice improvement for Jacob. And 5-2 is likely just going to come around for John John somehow, bring that cover into range. 5-2. I don't see any reason to volunteer here, so I think we're just playing behind. Oh, we can make the ace. That's interesting. I probably would have played behind 5-3 as well. 6-4 could be 2 down or it could cover. I think we want to release contact with the mid here. But look at this. Okay, we have a 5-point board afterward. So we can avoid to leave the ace. Yeah, there's a blot behind. The aces are duplicated with covers. Fine's kind of the normal play here, though. Keeps maximum contact. I don't mind that at all. 4-3 is bad. It's going to have to give up a board point or volunteer a shot. I don't think now's the time to volunteer. So giving up the 5 to make a board point seems pretty best of bad roll here. And John John has like amoeba split options and things like that with aces now. 3-2 I think is glad to leave a checker on the 13 and play just to the 8, but he plays 2 down instead. Okay, I'm wrong about that. I guess the ace does buy some tempo to get home. 5-2 is coming into the 6 and only leaving 9s. Beautiful shot for Jacob. And 8, not good enough. He can slot and advance. And is Jacob close enough to safety? I mean, he could have a cube here by now. Yeah, so misses a small one. 4-2 is going to have to start burying checkers as well, so things getting even worse for John John. Well, he can just come off the anchor. That's right. He doesn't need to bury checkers. Either way, he's supposed to pass here. But yeah, I mean, with the 3 dead checkers behind in the better board, we should just stay pure. Ooh, we find something even more destructive, though. That's going to be a problem. 3-1. Maybe it's just a double pass no matter what. Yep, 1 in. Okay. 6-2 should be happy to, but he's going to focus on keeping the anchor, I think. Stick to the plan. 6-5 clears safely for Jacob. I wonder if he's ever going to be comfortable sending a cube at 2-way, 6-way. It is fairly safe to always play on here. To not avoid making like big match-ending kind of mistakes or anything like that. 4-1. Take a checker off. Six 4 just gets to play in, okay. And 6-4 clears safely. So this one should be decided. We'll see if there comes the cube to claim it. And we're going to go on to Crawford. Okay. All right, with the lead, he's going to make the split. That seems fine. 6-4 points on head. And we've got an even way Crawford game, so there is incentive for John John to play for a gammon and for Jacob to protect that. So the anchor is very nice for black to establish early in this game. Double aces is going to deploy all those checkers perfectly in a 4' too, so things already looking pretty good for Jacob. John John gets to make the 5 and step up to see the light. Pretty good roll for him too. 5-1 will bring the builder into the zone. Not sure why the distribution of 6-5 would be better there. 4s is going to make a blocking point and probably bring 1 or 2 checkers down. Yeah, to the 5 seems fine. Maybe keeping them both focused on the bar point is a little bit better, but it seems okay. 6-3. 6-3 plays better if we find the other play last roll. So I guess he's stuck just hitting. But could slot instead. Okay. Both must be close. Yeah, what other 6 do we have? I think he's going to be forced to play down to the bar. Has to leave a shot anyway. Might as well keep all the points. And 5-5. Yeah, this can work on an attack and close out here and try to pick up that other blot. So after we cover and point, what is our last one? It is to make the 8. Okay, sure. 4-1 can enter and hit. Okay, that's a very nice life-saving roll for John John here. Buying him some time. A fan would have been a disaster and close to the game end. 3-3 gets to hit and make the 4-point. Oof, this could be lights out. That is a big roll for Jacob. John gonna need a miracle like double aces fast. Yeah, and Jacob will be happy to just sweep up lots here. If he can find a safe ride home, look at this. He actually shouldn't even hit just to like not have to deal with more blots later. Common DMP idea. But I would have thought he needed the time to get all 3 checkers around here, so I would have made his play as well. 5s can't move from the back, so they're going to be stuck switching to the ace. Unfortunate roll. Maybe this is why we needed to find mobility last play, actually. Maybe it's not about the extra checker. Three-two, a little bit awkward, not too bad though. Just barely room for it. Gets another fan. So a little bit of adversity on the ride home, but going well in general. 6-5 can hit on the way. Okay, sure. Actually not sure at this point. Yeah, maybe it buys him time to get the last checker out. Especially if he crashes more. 4-5 is a beauty. All right, all the big problems are solved. 6-3, 1 in for John. 2-2, wow, closes the 6 as well. Okay. So he can just play both from, or 1 down from the back and 1 in. Looks really good to me. Not sure why we wouldn't take the crossover instead. John happy to have 4 checkers on the bar, so he can wait as long as he needs to for a shot, hopefully. That is the plan now. We don't mind losing a gammon or backgammon. We just want to be there to try to win. And so Jacob is meant to just clear from the rear here and play as safe as possible. Try to let his opponent in. Not an easy play to know it's safest since we're out on the outside anyway. 6-5 is going to bring 2 in. Okay. John wants to be slower than that. Jacob's going to be very happy to see that happen. 6-5, 4 combos will basically knock the game out. Another checker in. Big problem. Needs a shot now. 2-1 is not going to give it. He gets to even out up on the outside too. So this should be Jacob's. 5-2. Yeah, that's going to be it. He's going to go ahead and resign the game, and we've got Jacob Bicknell advancing, taking out the young gun. I think rebuys are over 2, so we should be back maybe at 5 or something like that with more in an hour and a half. I'll check in inside, though, and see what's going on here. Thanks so much for watching. Glad to have a big crowd in here watching this tournament. It's been a ton of fun to stream and commentate so far. Thanks for joining me, y'all. Hi, everybody. Nick Blazier here with the day one recap from Jamaica, Ochos Rios, Friday. Today we had action starting with the doubles at 1 p.m. And we got to watch a couple of those matchups, mostly following Michi and Antoinette on their way to the finals. And they have opponents in Avi and Richard, which I think the finals that'll be played on Sunday. And we started up our Masters jackpot as well at 6 p.m. this evening. We had a 16-player bracket, 14 entries, and we got to have one rebuy, and then we had 2 players that wanted to play a limited format. So we got to do a cool playoff to get one of them into the Masters bracket as well. What we got to watch on stream was the Michi show most of the day too there, and he was able to knock off Phil Simborg in the first round, got through Joey Issa, the main sponsor of this tournament. Both those 2 players are the reasons why this Jamaica tournament's going on right now, so thanks to both of them. And then couldn't quite hang on against Gary Caselny in the semifinals. Gary knocking him off to make it to the finals on that side. Bob Wachtel, before I walked away, was still alive in the, I think, quarterfinals on the other side of the bracket, trying to make his way to the semis as well. So more action from that. That'll probably finish up later in the week. And tomorrow we're going to start with the main event. With $500 entry, 4,000 added dollars. We're expecting around 40 players. We'll see exactly how many show up. Single elimination with 1 rebuy period too. So it should be an exciting format, and look forward to more streaming at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. Nick Blazier here with the day one recap from Jamaica, Ochos Rios, Friday. Today we had action starting with the doubles at 1 p.m. And we got to watch a couple of those matchups, mostly following Michi and Antoinette on their way to the finals. And they have opponents in Avi and Richard, which I think the finals that'll be played on Sunday. And we started up our Masters jackpot as well at 6 p.m. this evening. We had a 16-player bracket, 14 entries, and we got to have one rebuy, and then we had 2 players that wanted to play a limited format. So we got to do a cool playoff to get one of them into the Masters bracket as well. What we got to watch on stream was the Michi show most of the day too there, and he was able to knock off Phil Simborg in the first round, got through Joey Issa, the main sponsor of this tournament. Both those 2 players are the reasons why this Jamaica tournament's going on right now, so thanks to both of them. And then couldn't quite hang on against Gary Kaselny in the semifinals. Gary knocking him off to make it to the finals on that side. Bob Wachtel, before I walked away, was still alive in, I think, quarterfinals on the other side of the bracket, trying to make his way to the semis as well. So more action from that. That'll probably finish up later in the week. And tomorrow we're going to start with the main event. With $500 entry, 4,000 added dollars. We're expecting around 40 players. We'll see exactly how many show up. Single elimination with 1 rebuy period too. So it should be an exciting format, and look forward to more streaming at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Hi everybody, Nick Blazier here with the day one recap from Jamaica, Ochos Rios, Friday. Today we had action starting with the doubles at 1 p.m. and we got to watch a couple of those matchups, mostly following Michi and Antoinette on their way to the finals, and they have opponents in Avi and Richard, which I think the finals that'll be played on Sunday. And we started up our Masters jackpot as well at 6 p.m. this evening. We had a 16-player bracket, 14 entries, and we got to have one rebuy, and then we had 2 players that wanted to play a limited format. So we got to do a cool playoff to get one of them into the Masters bracket as well. What we got to watch on stream was the Michi show most of the day too there, and he was able to knock off Phil Simborg in the first round, got through Joey Issa, the main sponsor of this tournament. Both those 2 players are the reasons why this Jamaica tournament's going on right now, so thanks to both of them. And then couldn't quite hang on against Gary Caselny in the semifinals. Gary knocking him off to make it to the finals on that side. Bob Wachtel, before I walked away, was still alive in, I think, quarterfinals on the other side of the bracket, trying to make his way to the semis as well. So more action from that. That'll probably finish up later in the week. And tomorrow we're going to start with the main event with $500 entry, 4,000 added dollars. We're expecting around 40 players. We'll see exactly how many show up. Single elimination with 1 rebuy period too. So it should be an exciting format, and look forward to more streaming at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks everybody. Hi, everybody. Nick Blazier here with the day one recap from Jamaica, Ochos Rios, Friday. Today we had action starting with the doubles at 1 p.m. And we got to watch a couple of those matchups, mostly following Michi and Antoinette on their way to the finals. And they have opponents in Avi and Richard, which I think the finals that'll be played on Sunday. And we started up our Masters jackpot as well at 6 p.m. this evening. We had a 16-player bracket, 14 entries, and we got to have one rebuy, and then we had 2 players that wanted to play a limited format. So we got to do a cool playoff to get one of them into the Masters bracket as well. What we got to watch on stream was the Michi show most of the day too there, and he was able to knock off Phil Simborg in the first round, got through Joey Issa, the main sponsor of this tournament. Both those 2 players are the reasons why this Jamaica tournament's going on right now, so thanks to both of them. And then couldn't quite hang on against Gary Caselny in the semifinals. Gary knocking him off to make it to the finals on that side. Bob Wachtel, before I walked away, was still alive in, I think, quarterfinals on the other side of the bracket, trying to make his way to the semis as well. So more action from that. That'll probably finish up later in the week. And tomorrow we're going to start with the main event with $500 entry, 4,000 added dollars. We're expecting around 40 players. We'll see exactly how many show up. Single elimination with 1 rebuy period.